I didn't expect there to be some annoying, desperate girl begging me to give out some dude's number, which, mind you, I didn't even have. However, this is what my day came to.
Please. I'm sure you understand. I bet there's a girl you like. You got to help me.
Not a girl. Definitely not a girl, Mila. I'll tell you that. Besides that, I understood her desperation all too well, but there's no chance I would tell her that. Seriously, I've made it clear to you, I have no interest in helping you.
Come on. You know you want to.
No, Mila, I don't. Her persistence was impressive. By now, I would be way too annoyed and give up. Thinking about her words from earlier, I bet there's a girl you like, my mind switched to Ryder. Fine, maybe I'll help you. Just don't expect much. Her eyes lit up and her frown quickly transformed into the biggest grin. Before I knew it, she was practically jumping with excitement over my agreement.
Thank you so much. You're the sweetest.
Sweet? Are we being serious? The girl eventually managed to calm down before me or Mila could continue our conversation. I heard a familiar voice.
Did you get the Gatorades?
He peeked through the gym doors, slightly tilting his head. Yeah, I'll be over with them soon.
Ah, okay. Just don't leave me with the others for too long. Their bickering makes me really miss you.
I watched his head disappear from next to the door after speaking. The guy's dramatic. There's no way he actually misses me after knowing about me for 2 days. Still, hearing him say that made my usual irritation slip away for a split second. I couldn't believe how much I was growing fond of him. I averted my eyes away from the door and back to Mila, who was still overjoyed.
Would you be okay with meeting me at the milkshake place downtown to talk? I can give you my number to plan further.
Milkshakes sound amazing at the moment. I nodded and pulled my phone out of my pocket to exchange numbers. While I was adding Mila as a contact, I heard another voice. This time, a more exasperating one.
River, get your gloomy ass over here! We're tired of waiting!
And I'm tired of your constant bothersome voice. Guess that makes 2 of us. I'll be there, I shouted to Kaleo before walking away, giving the joyous Mila a pathetic wave as I entered the gym.
Riv, you're back!
Mateo sprinted over to me and took his Gatorade right from my hands. Before I knew it, he was already downing it.
So, Riv, my man.
I quickly interrupted him while giving a mean glare. Don't call me that. I saw Kaleo's smug expression immediately switch to a more nervous one after I spoke.
Well, that girl you were talking to?
He stumbled while speaking until he was talking slyly once again, obviously suggesting something. I have absolutely zero romantic interest for someone like her.
Dang, that is cold, River. She's really pretty, and you seem to get along.
I was more referring to the fact that she's a girl. I wasn't calling her ugly. Sadly, in this society, I can't admit to that. I'm not really interested in her. Quit pushing it.
Well, if you don't think you have a chance, do you think I could?
Kaleo talked confidently, but if you took just one glance at him, you could see exactly why he had no chance. Yeah, sure, whatever. The bell rang, putting our brief conversation to an end. I felt Mateo's hand on my shoulders from behind us as he moved his face over to mine. Hello.
Hi. Walk to lunch with me so you don't end up lost again?
His hands released from my shoulders before Mateo moved in front of me. I know where the cafeteria is.
Oh, do you now?
Mateo took a step closer to me, giving me a complacent look, attempting to tease me. Just shut up. His signature smile returned while he giggled at my response. This boy's always so giddy, it honestly lightens me. I cracked a smile in return.
Aw, you're smiling.
I quickly went back to my usual expression as he looked at me with pure excitement. Let's get going. Mateo laughed again, then nodded as we began walking together towards the cafeteria. He always had something to talk about, so I often listened when I was with him. Well, maybe listened wasn't the correct word to use. My attention span was extremely short, but he doesn't need to know that. I'm not exactly interested in being his friend, but Mateo is the only person I enjoy seeing. Besides Ryder, of course. I wonder when I'll get to see Ryder sing again. Hopefully soon. Maybe I can wander around during free period when the team isn't meeting up. Mateo seems to enjoy my company for some strange reason, so ditching him would be wrong. Once the both of us reached the cafeteria, my thoughts were interrupted. Me and Mateo arrived a little later than others. I took a seat noticing Zaire looking at his phone in distress.
Dude, this girl I've been in a talking stage with isn't answering anymore.
She probably has a lot on her plate, Zai.
For 3 days.
Was that the last you two spoke?
Well, yeah, but she's been giving me really dry responses.
He held his phone up to face me and Mateo so we could see. At one glance, I could tell that she wasn't even paying attention to what Zare was talking about. The girl barely texted him back, and when she did, they were always one-word replies. Yeah, she's definitely not interested. You should just give up.
Well, I'm sure.
Don't give him false hope. She doesn't want to text you. All of her replies are out of pity.
Of course you would know that, River. You probably text like that to yourself.
I wanted to say something snarky to him in return, but Kaleo was 100% correct. So instead, I answered with an eye roll.
Ignacio, how did you even get a girlfriend? Even Mateo doesn't have one.
I picked up my head at that comment. Mateo doesn't have a girlfriend? Judging by his personality, popularity, and looks, it was surprising to me. But I suppose Mila wouldn't be trying to get with him if he was in a relationship.
Me and Marcia met at some school event and exchanged numbers because we had a connection. It went from there.
So you're telling me you just snagged a chick just like that?
Maybe you're just too ugly.
And you're not? Checking with your eye doctor, cause something's clearly wrong.
It isn't all about looks. Relationships all about connections. Anyone here can have a chance with a girl, even Kaleo.
I'm seriously not that ugly!
I'm not so sure about that.
I agree with Ignacio. Looks play a part, but they aren't all that important.
Mateo, what do you look for in girls? I found this conversation as an opportunity to get some information out of Mateo for my later conversation with Mila. I'm still dumbfounded at the fact I agreed to helping some girl with her pathetic love life. Did a milkshake really sound that good to me at the moment? Mateo looked a little flushed at my question. I guess it was a strange thing to randomly be asked by someone.
Well, I appreciate creativity. Like someone who writes or can play an instrument.
What? That's lame.
Judging by Mateo's interest, I found his type fascinating. He's a leader to everyone in the soccer team, but values something as simple as creativity in someone. There's a lot of surprising things about Mateo. He's nothing like the other popular guys I've met. It's strangely comforting. Why?
Well, imagine how sweet it would be to get something like a love letter. Or imagine someone writes you a love song.
So he's just really sappy. Makes sense for someone sweet like him.
That's incredibly cheesy. You're not in a rom-com.
I find it cute.
I got slightly startled when Florian spoke, totally forgetting he sat with us.
Okay, let a guy dream. You don't think it's stupid, right, Riv?
As much as I hate to think about it, I completely agree with Mateo. The thought of writers singing me a song makes me smile a little. Unrealistic.
Oh, come on.
This is probably why you're single.
Says the one still staring at his phone for a response.
Okay, you're all major dicks.
Ignacio chuckled at his response, putting his attention back on the book. The school bell rang again, telling us it's time for 6th period. Lunch flew by faster now that I actually had people to talk to in this school. Even if their constant squabbling gets old quickly, this school really isn't that bad based on my middle school experience in this town. I predicted something more intense. However, I still prefer my old school. Maybe it'll grow on me more. I hope so. I stood up from my seat, holding my still full lunch tray.
You didn't eat?
I turned over to Mateo, looking at me curiously. He showed me genuine concern, which puzzled me. I had no idea how to respond or react. Just don't have much of an appetite today. I'll eat later. I scratched the back of my head and spoke awkwardly. Mateo noticed my discomfort and changed the subject after giving a slight nod.
Are you getting used to moving around the school okay?
Yeah, I got it.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
I'll see you. He waved me goodbye before walking off. After discarding my tray and picking up my stuff, I made my way to chemistry class. Class was never anything special. I didn't know anyone well enough in my classes and didn't care to pay attention to a single thing the teacher said. I wasted class time writing journal entries and making random doodles. Honestly, I just tried to find ways to make the day move by faster. I didn't feel like paying attention in school or focusing on grades was even important. I won't need it in the future. After the pointless last 2 periods ran by, I stood at my locker before leaving for dismissal. Closing my locker, I turned around to see Mila walking by. She made eye contact with me and stopped in her tracks.
Oh, there you are.
She adjusted her bag on her shoulder and smiled. Were you looking for me?
Yeah, I thought we could just walk to the milkshake place from school. It's more convenient for me.
I can do that. I really wanted to go home and stay in bed all day. Today was incredibly draining, despite barely doing anything. I already told this desperate girl that I would help her, which I regret. I'm not the type of guy to rely on. I'm completely useless in these situations. Our walk to the milkshake place was silent and awkward, to say the least. We didn't really say a word to each other. I noticed Mila was fidgeting with a keychain on her bag. She looked away from my direction while I caught her taking a few deep breaths. I remember her mentioning being intimidated by Mateo's friends. Was I making her anxious? Just looking at Mila, I know exactly how she felt. So, what do you like to get here? Mila looked over to me, still a little shaken up. She scratched her arm while speaking to me softly.
I usually try a new flavor every time I go.
I honestly expected her to be more basic with her flavors. However, lately my intuition has been failing me. Do you still have a favorite? I'm not used to leading conversations, but I was annoyed by the sounds and her keychain fidgeting noises.
Oh, yeah, I still do. I really like the bubblegum flavor.
Bubblegum? I made a disgusted face. I wasn't really a fan of bubblegum flavored things.
What's your favorite then?
Mila looked at me with a hint of annoyance as her voice raised. At least she wasn't as nervous as she was before. Chocolate.
Plain chocolate?
Yeah. Mila was not at all impressed with my answer.
You should try something new with me today.
Her annoyed expression switched to a big, sweet smile at the idea. No. I gave a quick, stern response, which made Mila sigh.
Come on. It'll be fun.
You convinced me to do this. You are not convincing me to do anything else.
Aw, fine.
Mila turned her head away from me slightly with a little pout. Our walk came to an end when we both reached the milkshake place. I pushed the front door open as I heard a ding sound, alerting the workers. We walked up to the counter and gave the friendly cashier our orders. Mila was getting lemon flavor and me getting my usual chocolate. The both of us sat down with our milkshakes after paying and began our conversation.
I'm lost on how to approach him. Do I really just text him? What if that's too basic or I come off creepy for having his number?
Mila's voice was frantic while she spoke, her words racing out of her mouth. You're thinking too hard about it.
I'm not thinking hard enough. I need to do something that will impress him.
If that's her goal, then I suppose a simple text wouldn't stand out enough. Then texting him isn't the way to go?
Should I give him a gift then? That would surely stand out.
I think gifts should come later. It would be upsetting if he got rejected.
Yeah, you're right. It wouldn't be ideal to spend money on something thoughtful and then get rejected.
I dug through my thoughts trying to find a piece of information that could potentially be useful. After quickly finishing my milkshake, I was ready to leave, but I promised to help her. Then I suddenly remembered. He values creativity. That's right, Mateo is sappy and he likes the idea of love letters and songs. It would definitely be meaningful to him if he received something along those lines.
Huh?
During lunch today, he mentioned that he finds creativity attractive. He enjoys the idea of love songs and letters.
Really? I wouldn't guess he was into that kind of stuff.
Same here, that Mateo guy surprises me a lot. Mila giggled at my reply after taking another sip of her milkshake.
That's great to know. Maybe a love letter then?
Yeah, he will most likely mention it to me and the rest of the soccer team so I could tell you how he thinks.
You're better at this than I thought.
I glared at her backhanded compliment and scoffed.
One problem. I'm really bad at writing. I'm currently failing English.
I sighed in irritation to her whining before replying. I write in my free time. I could whip up something quick for you and then let you edit it. My voice was full of aggravation, but Mila still lit up with excitement after hearing my idea. I just wanted to go home.
Would you really do that for me?
I mean, yeah.
That's perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you!
I haven't even started it yet. Don't get too excited. Mila reached into her bag, then took out a piece of paper and a pencil.
This will do.
I didn't think this through enough. Now I have to write a love letter to some random guy I've only known for 2 days. Good going, River. I sat there staring blankly at the paper and pencil, confused on how to start the letter. I found myself thinking about Mateo. Images of his wavy light brown hair and how beautiful it looks when the sun shines directly on it. His cute freckle-colored face and especially his gorgeous sweet grin that shows his perfect teeth ran through my mind, and before I knew it, Mila's pencil was firm in my hand, gliding through the lines on the paper. Soon, the piece of paper was filled with words that were full of passion.
You sure did that quickly.
I picked up my head hearing Mila speak. I was so engaged in my writing that I was ignorant to the fact that she was still sitting across from me. Oh, yeah, you can read it now. I handed her the piece of paper and nervously watched Mila's eyes scan through my writing.
This is crazy good. Are you sure you don't have a thing for him yourself?
She laughed, but I was not at all amused. No, I'm straight. My voice picked up as I quickly jumped to my own defense, giving my obvious lie.
I was only joking. You don't need to get defensive.
You're not funny. I looked away from her as I spoke. I really hope she doesn't think I like Mateo like that. Mila can't know that I'm gay. People would find out and school would become hell for me again. Also, I really like Ryder. Mateo isn't my type.
Should I sign my name or make this anonymous?
Yes, change the subject. Thank you. You shouldn't make it anonymous. That secret admirer shit is childish.
But I don't want him to know it's me. What if I get rejected?
This girl is really afraid of rejection. It's making this much more complicated than it needs to be. It would have been better if she just talked to the guy. I don't know, just sign it with your initials or something.
Wait, that's actually really smart.
Mila grabbed her pencil and quickly ended the letter with a neat signature of her initials.
There. I'm sure there's other people with MD initials, so it won't be too obvious.
If he shows interest, you should write him an invite to a date with your full name signed.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Will you help with that as well?
No, I'll only text you his reaction to the letter.
Well, thanks for your help then.
She stood up and slipped the new folded paper into her bag.
I should head out. I promised my mom I'd help with dinner.
After she spoke, I stood up from my seat and grabbed my bag. All right, text you tomorrow. Mila smiled and waved before trashing her empty cup and leaving the place. Soon after she left, I made my exit as well. The next day at free period, I hung out with Mateo and the rest of the team. Like always, Mateo hadn't mentioned anything about the letter. I guess Mila hasn't slipped it into his locker yet. After a quick warm-up, I sat up on the bench and hit my inhaler. I enjoy sports, but they aren't the most ideal activity for me. As the tightness in my chest began to calm down, Mateo walked up to me.
Are you feeling alright?
He spoke to me softly before taking a seat on the bench as well. Yeah, I just needed my inhaler.
I won't make you play if you're not feeling well.
Mateo's hand landed on my shoulder, his kind eyes making contact with mine. I mean, maybe if it starts to get worse?
Don't ever hesitate to take a break, Riv.
His sweet smile returned as he reached over to play with my hair. I grabbed his wrist to stop him, my face slightly flushed. Mateo giggled as he moved his arm away, leading me to letting him go.
Would you mind getting us drinks? Getting water might make you feel better, and I'm craving a Gatorade.
Of course he was. I can do that. Mateo pulled out a few dollars from his pocket and placed them in my hand. Actually paying this time?
Well, you aren't feeling well.
I'm fine now. You don't have to be so concerned.
Alright, if you say so.
Eventually, I left the gym with Mateo's money. I took this as an opportunity to find Ryder. Lately, I've yearned to hear his voice and see his handsome face. I walked past the vending machine outside the gym to find the one near the auditorium instead. After a brief walk around the school, I made it to the big auditorium doors. I opened them to see Ryder singing again. His voice was enough to make everything in my head wash away. This time, he was also playing his guitar. My eyes focused on his fingers, flowing on the strings. Just looking at him made me mesmerized. Completely engrossed in Ryder's playing, I flinched at a sudden tap on my shoulder. I turned my head to see Mila.
What are you doing, just standing there?
I saw her eyes glance at Ryder, then back at me. Shit, what if she suspects I'm gay?